messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu ballerini tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Balla, non pensiamoci, balla, divertiamoci, balla, sorridiamoci, balla, e diciamoci basta. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, qualcosa vuoi dimenticare, tu balli e non ti stanchi mai, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu balli e ridi tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to this, the 33rd Facebook Live for Starfury Conventions. That's 33 of these Facebook Lives that we've been putting on so far. Thank you very much for joining us this evening as I bring you the latest news and gossip from Starfury Conventions and let you know what's going on in the world of our events. And in 2 weeks' time, which is 2 weeks away, in 2 weeks' time, we'll be literally an hour away from the opening ceremony at Crossroads 7, which is set to be our biggest event for 2023. We've got an absolutely incredible and unmissable lineup of guests for this event. It's going to be a truly awesome event, and that event's now just 2 weeks away. We've got a whole pile of other events to discuss tonight. I don't have quite as many guest announcements as I was hoping tonight. There's quite a few that I'm on the works for, and as you know, you've got to wait for the confirmations. There's a couple I was hoping to announce for the Lucifer event and for Ultimates, which unfortunately confirmations haven't come through yet. I have been speaking to some of them only last weekend in Atlanta, but we got to wait for those. But still, we've got some exciting news to discuss tonight, particularly letting everybody know what to expect at Crossroads 7 in just 2 weeks' time. I've got a whole pile of guests. I've got a lot of guests that I've signed up to announce for Crossroads 8, but you ain't going to hear about them tonight. You got to wait until Crossroads 7. We'll be announcing those guests at Crossroads 7. We've got some spectacular guests from Supernatural and The Boys to announce in 2 weeks' time for Crossroads 8. But enough of all of that. Going to look at Starfury events now as a whole. We're in September now, 2 weeks away from Crossroad 8. Only a few days ago, it was August, and last August, we held two fantastic events. We held Highlander 6, our very sixth event celebrating the television series Outlander, and Witch Bomb, which was our very first event to celebrate Motherland Fort Salem and Warrior Nun. They were both two incredible events. They were both very relaxed. The fans were relaxed. The guests were awesome. We all had a great time at Highlander 6. Witch Bomb was one of the most spectacular events we've put on in our 20-something year history. It really was a truly incredible event, thanks to both how the guests and the fans were. And I hope we can keep that magic going on for the rest of the year and into 2024 with the other events that we have planned. We've got some pretty exciting events coming up and some exciting guests. Now, just to quickly discuss that at the moment, we have a big issue in terms of the Screen Actors Guild strike. And that Screen Actors Guild and AFTRA, as well as the Writers Guild, are currently on strike, largely to do with issues to do with residuals on streaming shows, as well as the use of AI. So how does that affect conventions? A lot of people have been contacting me wanting to know how this is going to affect events coming forward. And while the strike's still going on, autograph sessions, photo sessions, the fancy dress, they're by and large not affected. Although some of the guests, while the strike's on, don't want to be signing character names or quotes, but otherwise they're still happy to sign signatures as before. Photo ops are happening as before. Cosplay contest is happening before. Opening and closing ceremonies. However, where the big change is that while the strike is ongoing, the guests are not permitted to discuss the shows that they've worked on, as this is seen as promotion. And it applies even to shows they're not working on anymore, because those shows may be available on streaming or available on DVD. So if a show's a struck show, they're not allowed to discuss this. However, at our Outlander event and our Motherland Salem Warrior Nun events that happened last month, we actually made this work. The guests and the fans both made it work really well. And the guest talks, I felt, became a lot more personal and fun and interesting and unique as a result. I want to thank all the attendees of Witch Bomb and all the attendees of Highlander 6 for showing such respect for the guests at those events and understanding the strike protocols that we had to have in place, and for respecting those protocols. Now, to make up for those current rules that we're having to obey during the strike, I've had some exclusive badges made up, and everybody who asks question during the guest talk while the strike is on will receive one of these exclusive pin badge. So what you got to do coming up to Crossroads 7, and Legends is probably, hopefully the strike will be done by then, but there's a good chance it won't. So Legends as well, start thinking up some interesting questions to ask the guests about their personal life, about what made them get into acting, about their acting technique and so forth, about their philosophy. So a lot of stuff you can ask them. And as I said, we had some very interesting guest talks at the last two events. I can't say how long the strike's going to go on. It could even drag on till January or February, but Starfury will have to observe strike rules while the strike is itself ongoing. Now, we've still got two events left for 2023. And as I said, our next event is Crossroads 7, which is taking place from the 22nd to the 21st of September 2023 at the Hilton Metropole Hotel. And that's Starfury Crossroads 7. And it's our celebration of the television series Supernatural. And we've also bolted onto that Buffy and Angel. And for that event, we have some absolutely spectacular guests lined up for that event. I think it's going to be very, very exciting. We have joining us Mercedes McNabb, who appeared on Buffy and Angel as Harmony, and she also appeared as a vampire on Supernatural. We also have joining us Jodelle Furland, who's appeared in 2 episodes of Supernatural, probably best known for Twilight and for Dark Matter. We have joining us Amber Benson, who's known for playing Tara on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and also played a vampire on Supernatural. We have one of the British men of letters joining us. We've got Adam Fergus. And we also have joining us David Hayden Jones. Also along will be Christian Kane, who, as well as having appeared on Supernatural quite recently, he's also was the main villain for several seasons on Angel and appears in The Librarians and also Leverage. And we have joining us Tarmo Pennicott. And our main headline guests, we have Misha Collins joining us, and a very rare appearance by David Boreanaz. So I think that's an absolutely incredible lineup of guests that we have. Now, very sadly, unfortunately, Harry Groner is sadly no longer available to join us. He let us know this week he's not going to be able to take part in Crossroads 7 this time. He hopes to be able to join us at an event next year. So what we're going to do is later tonight, if you've pre-booked a photo op with Harry Groner, then from tonight you'll be able to swap it for somebody else. And towards the end of next week, beginning of the week after, just before in time for the event itself, we'll be refunding any of the Harry Groner photo ops that haven't been swapped over. And the same goes for any photo ops that have been purchased with Meg Donnelly, who also had to cancel as well. So that's the guest lineup for Crossroads 7. The event's very near away. It's just 2 weeks away. So if you don't have your photo ops, you need to start getting those pre-booked now. Also, if you wanted an autograph from Misha Collins or from David Boreanaz, they have to be ordered in advance of the event. Got to be booked online. You can book those online at the moment from our website on Goat Grotix. We also have a couple of fan meets still available with some of the guests. You may want to grab those. So that's all your spending that you got to do for the event. Now, as the event is approaching, currently registration will definitely be opening at least by 3 p.m. on the Friday. Currently trying to see availability at the Hilton to see if we can get registration opened earlier, but it will be up and running no later than 3 p.m. on the Friday. We'll let you know if we are able to open it sooner. If you can't make it on the Friday, registration will open up again at 9 a.m. on the Saturday and also the Sunday. The main hall on the Friday will then open at 7:30 p.m. with the opening ceremony taking place at 8 p.m. And that's going to be followed by a disco that goes on till 2 a.m. And there's also a meet and greet reception for gold ticket holders only that's going to start at 8:45 just after the opening ceremony. Now, on the Saturday and the Sunday, as I said, registration for those who missed the Friday will be open from 9 a.m. And then we will have photo ops running on the Saturday and the Sunday from 9 a.m. till 12 noon. And in the afternoon, from 12 noon until 6 p.m., we'll have the guest talks as well as the autograph sessions and the fan meets taking place. On Saturday evening, we have the cosplay contest at around 8:30, and that's followed by a disco. And on the Sunday evening, we'll have the closing ceremony between 6 to 6:30, and then that's going to be followed by a disco starting at 8 p.m., running until 2 a.m. So that's how the schedule's kind of like provisionally looking at the moment. However, I'm finalizing the schedule this weekend, and as soon as it's all confirmed, I'll have a copy sent out via email to all the attendees so you can start planning your strategies for the event. So that's how it's going for Crossroads 7 at the moment. Still about 10-20 tickets left for any last minute people who wanted to jump on board on this unique opportunity. And if you want to get your photo ops, you need to start ordering those now as we're approaching the event. And also you have to pre-book online autographs if you want them from Misha Collins and David Boreanaz. So that's Crossroads 7. It's going to be an awesome event. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there who's going to be joining us at Crossroads 7. And then about a month and a half after Crossroads 7, we then go into our next event, and that's Starfury Legends. And Starfury Legends is our celebration of the television series Legends of tomorrow. Now, that event's taking place again at the Hilton Hotel, Birmingham, and it's going to be taking place from the 10th to the 12th of November at the Hilton Hotel. We've got an absolutely incredible lineup. Guests we have in joining us. We have Tala Ash, who will be joining us from Legends of Tomorrow. We also have Olivia Swan taking part. We have Nick Zano. We couldn't have a Legends of Tomorrow event without Matt Ryan, who's always along at our events. We have a very rare first appearance for Mina Sundwall. We have Maisie Richardson Sellers joining us. We also have Amy Pemberton along. Arthur Darvill will be appearing on the Sunday only. We have Adam Seckman joining us. And we also have Jess McCallan and Katie Lotz, the star of the show herself. I think that's a great lineup of guests. And it's the lineup, you're not going to see that again on Legends of Tomorrow. It's going to be the ultimate Legends of Tomorrow event, in my opinion. I got to hang out with some of the cast last week when I was in Atlanta. They're all thrilled and very excited about the event. I think it's going to be really an insane event. I think it's going to compete with my Torture events as one of the craziest Starfury events that we've ever held. So it's definitely one you want to check out. Tickets are on sale at the moment. We only have a limited number left, and photographs are also available to purchase now. Fan meets are also available to purchase. On the photo ops, the duo between Katie and Jess is running very low, as well as the group. So that's our Ultimates event, Legends, which is celebrating Legends of Tomorrow. And that's our last full convention of the year. But we have one more event after that, and that's taking place on December 30th and 31st. And that's Starfury Destiny. And that's our 2-day celebration of the new year. We're not going to, well, I say we're not, there may be one or two that I'm working on, but really it's not about guests, guest talks, or autograph sessions. It's basically about fans coming together, having fun, the convention family, the Starfury family, celebrating the new year. Because it's about the Starfury family and convention family, and that I want to give back, I give tickets out for free. Yes, you have the opportunity. I mean, my local pub to go down there on New Year's Eve charges 40 quid for a few hours. And we're giving away tickets free for 2 nights of partying over New Year's Eve. Now, to be eligible for a free ticket, you have to have attended a Starfury or bought a ticket for a Starfury event that took place in 2023. So if you've done that, you can get a free ticket. If, however, you've got some friend or partner or somebody who hasn't done any conventions this year or not Starfury events, or if you yourself missed out on doing any Starfury events this year but still want to take part in Destiny, tickets are available at £30, which, to be quite frank, is very, very reasonable for a New Year's Eve party. And that's going to be taking place at the Renaissance Hotel in Heathrow. And if you go on the website, as well as being able to book your tickets, the hotel link at the Renaissance is also up now, so you can get that done now. Now, moving on into 2024. Now, provisionally, we got 19th to the 21st of January. We have our Red Dragon 6 event. Now, as I've said, we're looking at having the updates for that event mid-September. It's going to be sometime next week or the week after. We're going to have a big update for that event. There's some strike issues which caused us some delays, but the updates are coming on that. That's our Hannibal event, Red Dragon 6. Then when we move into February, we have our next event after that, and that's our celebration of the television series Lucifer. We've got a great lineup of guests already sorted for that, and we have DB Woodside joining us. We also have Amy Garcia. We've got Imbar Lavi, first time at one of our events. Also, another first timer for one of our events is Rachel Harris. And we also have the show's creators and producers, Ildi Madrovich and Joe Henderson. So that's how the lineup's looking for our Lucifer event right now. So about half the tickets for this event have now sold. And the hotel, if you haven't booked your hotel for that, the hotel link is also up on the website. The hotel's completely sold out of single rooms. They still have doubles and twins available, but only in limited number. I should be announcing the final guests in the next couple of weeks. I had hoped to announce one of them this week, but everything's pretty much sorted with them. We've got some big guests coming, at least 2 more. Once we've got the final guests confirmed, should probably be towards the end of this month, beginning of October, we'll then start putting the fan meets and the photo ops on sale. But this is an event that you can't miss. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We then move on after that event, and moving on into March, we have our celebration of the television series Shadow and Bone with Into the Fold. And Into the Fold is going to be a 3-day event. It's our first event celebrating that show. It's also a book series, and that's taking place from the 1st to the 3rd of March at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. And the guests we have joining us, we have Amita Suman, Archie Renault, Freddie Carter, Kit Young, and the star of the show, Jessie May Lee. So there you go. That's how we're looking at the moment for Into the Fold. As it's our first time at that event, I think I've got some really strong, I've got the main characters from the shows. I've got pretty much the first season crows joining us. It's a very strong lineup. At the moment, I'm holding with what we have at the moment until I see the ticket sales to say whether I can book more guests or not. So at this point, it's in the hands of the fan base on how big the event is. But that's taking place from the 1st to the 3rd of March at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. We still have a handful, about 10 or 20 gold tickets left for that event. The hotel booking link isn't up at the moment yet. I've only just come back from Atlanta, so I'm going to get that sorted with the Renaissance, and we should have the hotel booking link up in the next week or so. But that's how it's looking at the moment for Into the Fold. Then we move on to Crossroads 6. Now, Crossroads 6 is taking place on the 26th to the 28th of April at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham again. Now, the first wave of guests are going to be announced in 2 weeks' time at Crossroads 7. I've already got 8 guests confirmed for this event. They're great guests. I think people are going to go wild over them. However, I can't say who they are. Well, I could announce them all now, but I don't want to. I want to save it something exciting for at some point at Crossroads 7. 3/4 of the tickets have already gone, though. I feel like I don't need to announce anybody. Just let it sell out and then announce who the guests are. But 3/4 of the tickets have already gone. The hotel booking links up. They're going quite robustly. So that event, you can buy your tickets now. You can book your room now. You know it's going to be covering Supernatural and The Boys. I can't really say any more about that until in another 2 weeks' time at Crossroads 7, and then all will be revealed. Now, that brings us on to our next event, and that's Ultimates Amalgam. And that's taking place on the 14th to the 16th of June. And that's our celebration of the superhero genre and the DC universe and the Marvel universe. 50% of the tickets are now, 50% of the gold tickets have now been sold. We've just started on our first wave of guests, and we have joining us that weekend, we have Kat McNamara will be joining us. Also joining us is Nicole Maines, and we also have along Breck Bassinger, and also joining Breck will be Angelica Washington. So that's the first 4 guests at the moment. Currently, I'm in talks with 3 more guests from the DC universe, none of whom have done a Starfury event before. And I'm in talks with 5 Marvel guests who haven't done a Starfury event before. Hopefully I'll get all those sorted within the next month or so. One of them I know I'm not going to be able to confirm until mid-November, maybe December. That's going to be the main guests for the event, but that's how the event is looking at the moment. I think that's a very strong lineup already, so hopefully we'll see you along at that. Now, moving on from that event and into July, we have our 7th annual celebration of the television series Outlander. And that's our event Highlanders, and this is Highlanders 7. And that's going to be taking place from July 19th to the 21st at the Hilton Metropole Hotel in Birmingham. And guests we have already confirmed include David Berry, Sophie Skelton, and Ed Spaliers. So that's the initial lineup for Highlander 7. We're working on more. I think it's going to be a real big one. We're going to make it a bit like Highlanders 5, make it something really exciting. So that's taking place next July, our celebration of the television series Outlander. And we have 3 more events for 2024 after that. Now we have Witch Bomb 2. Now Witch Bomb 2 is going to be covering Motherland, Fort Salem, and Warrior Nun. And that's taking place at the Renaissance Hotel in Heathrow from the 9th to the 11th of August. Don't have any guests yet, but that show is going to be covering Motherland, Fort Salem, and Warrior Nun. It's going to be a great event if it's anything like what the first event was. All the gold tickets have gone, so looking forward to seeing the fan bases at that. Then after that, we have Crossroads 9. I can't really say much about that event, except for it's going to be taking place around September or October 2024. And then we're looking around October, November to bring back Starfury Invasion. So that's all the information for tonight. I had actually been hoping to have a bit more new information for you. It's a lot of stuff that I'm cooking at the moment. There was some people I met up with while I was just in Atlanta to try and work some deals out. So there's more info coming, more exciting guests coming soon, but still looking at those lineup. We've got some great stuff coming up. We've got Crossroads 7 in 2 weeks' time. I'm looking forward to that. Should be an amazing event. If you haven't got your photo ops, make sure you get them ordered now. Also, a very happy Star Trek Day today, because today is the anniversary of when Star Trek first appeared on American television. And to celebrate, we have a competition going on our Twitter account. So if you go onto our Twitter account, then you have the opportunity to win a Funko Pop signed by the man himself, George Takei. So that's all I've got for you for tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Crossroads 7. And if not, hopefully I see you at Legends or Destiny or at something else in 2024. So a good night and hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time.
Oh